Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. I'm like, welcome to my page. My page about common sense. I try to get it down in the nitty gritty under 10 minutes or to half an hour or even to an hour, depending on who pops up in here. And of course, anybody who got any comments, questions, insults, or roast fest, you put it down below. You can make fun of us. You can make whatever. You can say whatever comments. If you want to learn something about English, we can talk about that. Anyone who wants to pop up in here, I've already shared the link to my public group and also in my private group. That is the only way to get in touch with me. Or you can actually create your own StreamYard and invite me to your stream if you like, of course. So today we have Man. Man is my most popular streamer that I
Hello
usually.
everyone.
Yes, indeed. This is streamed on YouTube. YouTube is pretty big. I think it's bigger than Facebook, as a matter of fact. But
Yeah.
YouTube, I have a lot of fans on YouTube, and I haven't been using Restream lately because Restream's quality video is pretty low, and I just don't use it, even though it can, for multiple platforms. It's just that's not worth it. I want my video quality to be very good. Let me turn this sideways. Let me see. Boom. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when other people pop up, everybody will have a panoramic view. Okay, sideways. I turn my camera sideways. That's a much better view. Or you can turn it, upright. Okay.
Yeah.
But of course, how was your day so far, Manny?
So actually, today I think I couldn't better. I think so. So I'm very well today. Yes. And I'm just go out. I'm in another province. Yeah, to join my
What
friend's
province are you
wedding.
in now? What province are you in now?
What province? This is called Vinh. Yeah, Vinh province.
Province?
Yes, Vinh
Hmm.
province. So this is the largest province in my country. Yes,
Hmm.
and and there is around 3 million people, 3 million people population in this province.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Yep. So what's on our minds today? We can talk about anything and everything under a
So
half an hour.
as I remember last week you said, so this week we will talk about recycling, right?
Oh,
As I
okay. That's a good thing. Okay. I made a independent video from this one, and I wanted to make sure everyone across the world focus in on themselves and the earth. So be empathetic towards animals and the earth. Most human beings aren't empathetic towards you. If you're a good person at heart, they will not be empathetic towards you. But from my experiences, I said most. I did not say all. Okay. Remember
yeah.
the key verbs here is most, all, and we, and us. Okay, those verbs I use a lot because I'm not a stupid person. I'm an intelligent person to say that. And people in the world tend to forget that the earth is alive. Okay. If you see an innate object on the ground, there are molecules and DNA factions within every little particle in the world. Okay. Every time we take a computer and throw it in a landfill, that clogs up the earth. So, what do you think could be some good ideas for how people all across the world can recycle?
So in my country, nowadays they tend to use something like re- recycling, or it doesn't affect to environment. Something like some products made from uh, made from, they said, bamboo. Bamboo, something like a box to put rice, made by bamboo. Yes, or something made by, for example, when you go to a grocery store, and they will have a bag made by paper, made by bamboo, made paper, or you can use many times for just one bag. So this is the way So this is the way in my country they try to save environment. They try to protect environment. Yes, and but you know, as I observe when I travel to America, your country, I see there are a lot of bin or garbage bins that they put on the road, and they have distinguish and they distinguish between recycling or not recycling. But in my country, almost people or government they just put just one bin or garbage bin on the road, and people almost generally will put anything or drop or litter anything in it. So actually, in my country, we don't distinguish between recycling or cycling or not recycling about trash or rubbish or garbage. Yes,
Well, this
but
is what they should make it against the law in America, but they don't. They say there's signs there, but there's no one to watch over the people, especially so much freedom. People tend to forget that the small percent, which is 5 to 10% of the wealthiest in the world, can fix all of the problems in the world. They can. And so if you just put some cameras everywhere where people want to just freely drop stuff, they should automatically be spotted. Okay, they should be automatically spotted and fined. Okay, so that would teach people a lesson. Out here, people don't care about recycling, depending on where you live at. If you live in a more suburban area, they will recycle. These suburban areas are more Caucasian. It's not really a minority group that's really recycling. But other than that, this is what I learned and who I have been raised around. I have not seen too many blacks who care about recycling. I haven't seen too many Milanos, mixed, Hispanics, Italians, anything minorities. They don't tend to recycle more, but whites tend to recycle more. Depending on where you go. Okay, I've seen it. I've seen a lot of containers, orange and blue. Okay, containers, but these containers are not in minority areas, so they have to enforce this. And also, I truly believe that if the wealthy can put more influence in putting cameras in certain places, which are the dirtiest, those areas will be more cleaner. Okay. Also, the wealthy can play a big role in taking all of our garbage, all sorts of garbage, and taking it into space because they got enough money to make these rockets, NASA and stuff, and throw it right to the sun. Okay, because the sun would just burn that shit up. Okay. And so if they do that, tons and tons of it, create more spaceships traveling out into space, and the trajectory of the spacecraft could go right towards the sun. Great,
yeah,
great. Okay, but nobody's really thinking about that. Okay. Also, the moon could be a good place to create a landfill of garbage. Okay, but I don't understand why nobody's thinking about that. Nobody's thinking about stuff like that. I usually think of innovative things like that, but okay, that's what I wanted to say about that. I really think that the wealthy can actually fix almost every problem in the world.
yeah. So
Because
in my
Spider-Man. The thing in Spider-Man says, "Come great power, come great responsibility," but also with great wealth come great responsibility as well. Okay.
yeah. So in my country, there are some people they start up with new products. Something like I forget it in English, but it's just behind you. So you put in your glass just behind you. I don't know what it is called. Just behind you. To it's used for to drink people. Yes. So also
Are you talking about?
generally
Are
it's
you talking about a recycling bin?
yes. I am talking
Yeah,
about just
they have
behind
those
you.
out here. Out here, yeah, it's blue and orange. It's
Yeah.
blue, green, and orange.
Green blue.
I think
Yeah.
each color represents something. I think the orange represents the metal cans, aluminum. The blue
Yes.
represents the plastic, and the green represents electronics or something like that. I think that's what it is in America.
Yeah. So I think I have to admit, so Vietnamese they still lack of awareness. They don't have a high awareness like Japan or America or European. So that's why even the government they will put on the road, they will put distinguish between box for recycling and one spot for not recycling. But I think the people, almost citizens, will not do according the government have put like that because they still lack awareness. I think so, and it's not convenient for my country because even I'm living in Hanoi, capital of Vietnam, but when I have a little when I have a little of trust or garbage in my hand, it's hard to me. It's hard to me to find some garbage bin or last bit bin to litter. So people in my country, they are often indiscriminate when littering. So this is a problem in my country, and we have also something that we often recycle. Something like in my country, we have uh, a group of people who doing work about they will buy glass or they will buy bottle made by glass, something like beer, yes, beer or coca. So as you know, beer can put in a can made by metal or can put in a bottle made by glass. So in my country, we'll have some people they do this job. They do this job. They will buy any kind of bottle made by glass or made by metal, and then they sell it for one person for agency, and the agency will send to the big company, and they will recycle them. Yes, and
Mm.
yes, and the main differences and the completely differences in my country when they buy beer, or that is as I observe in other country, when you buy beer, you can take the bottle, come back home, right? Be because it's price in include already. But in my country, when you buy beer, that it is put in plastic. You need to give it back to owner, give it back to seller. Yes, because its price don't include the bottle made by glass. Just include if it is put in can made by metal, yeah, made by metal uh, or made by bamboo, something like this. Yeah,
I believe that reincarnation is something that happens, but most people don't do research on. And I tell people who don't recycle, if you don't recycle, your next life you might live in a world, okay, where it's full of garbage. Okay.
yeah,
And if you die and you're born in the near future or a couple years or a couple decades in the future, you will regret it. But you won't know that you're going to regret it because if you think now of what this reality is, think about your possible future of you coming back into this life. I became self aware when I was 7 years old because I always questioned everything. I always wanted to have an inquisitive mind. But most people don't have that inquisitive mind, so they can't follow common sense. They just don't have that ability. That's why I make my videos. But
yeah,
you understand, like when you die, there's a possibility you may be warped back in time. You may be able to change some things. You may be able to make recycling better. Time has no boundaries on reincarnation, and lots of people are still stuck in the religious limbo. Okay, because of fear. I think it's really important to think of all possibilities and try to be noble and clean as possible. Hmm.
yeah. So in my country, for the rabbits, for the leaders that cannot recycling, so they often burn. Yes, but you know, burning rabbits or burning litter will release carbon dioxide into the air, and it affect to our air. It's not clean, and we need to inhale them.
If you
every
think
single
about it, you
time.
can look at China. Look at China. China's got smog everywhere because
Yeah,
they don't know how to clean their exhaust pipes in their vehicles. And I'm shocked at how cloudy it is over there. I would never want to travel to China and it's all cloudy like that. That would be depressing. I cannot live in an area where it's like nothing but cloudiness. Okay. I wouldn't want to live that long. It's just so
yeah,
depressing when you have a cloudy city and everything is dirty all the time. Okay.
yeah.
It always seems like it's going to rain. It's like, I don't want to see this. I never come outside. Okay.
So in my country, besides smoke from industrial areas, they will come from smoke from motorbike and the car. A lot of a lot of smoke in the air in my countries. So I know it's affect not good to our health, but we just stay in a big city to be convenient for earning money, earning for living. Yes, but
Oh,
actually I don't want to live in big city. I just live in countryside. But now it's very impossible to me be because I am still young, so I still have to work. Yes, and but maybe when I around 50 years old or more, I would like to. I wish I could live in countryside, with many trees, many green trees, something like this. I wish, and I plant a lot of trees around my house. This is my expectation. Yes, I hope
no.
so.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you a question then. If you don't need any lessons on English, just ask me, okay? Because people tend to forget that I am a teacher and I really don't go by the academia side. Where if you need certain instructions, for certain words or certain sentences, just talk to me in the group or talk to me in my inbox or
Yeah,
my public group. You can make your own videos too
yeah,
and publicize it on my public page. Okay,
yeah.
there's
And
not there's not that many groups out there who's doing what I'm doing. It's pretty innovative. It's pretty new, but I'm okay. I'm not upset.
yeah. So I think maybe there are someone they are busy when you do live stream. I think so. Maybe they stay at work. I think so. Yes. So they can join something like this.
Yeah, I posted the link on my public page and my private page, and I just wait for individuals to show up. Maybe they're busy, but it's okay. It's completely
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and about recycling, I know many people who Vietnamese and they have lived in other countries. They have lived in America or Australia or European, and everything will be clean, very clean in those country. And when they live in that country, they they need to follow the awareness of citizen in that country. But they said when they came back Vietnam, they came back to my country, they need to stay with my custom, with our custom. Uh, it means they totally forget awareness that they learn from European or America. Because if in my country, if you hold some rubbish on your hand to find a bin, a garbage bin, it's very strange. Something is very strange to another people, to other people. Sometimes they will laugh you, and they might say, "You are crazy," something like this. Yeah. So it depends. So sometimes it depends on custom of every country. Yes. Sometimes in my country it's
Mm.
very strange. Yeah.
It's good. It's very wise to teach your children to recycle. I teach my daughters all the time. First, it's best to be clean and to stay clean. The second is the earth is alive and always eat less than what you're supposed to eat because there's people who are hungry. If you're eating too much and you have food left over your plate, you deserve less. Okay, you should never have food on your plate. And this is why I tell people all the time, but they don't listen. They like, stop eating so much. You're gonna get sick. There's chemicals in the food that's waiting for you to get sick, and you can't do nothing about it. Even in your country, you might have contaminants in your food if you eat too much. Eating like moderation to less is much more healthier than eating too much. Okay.
Yeah,
Lots of the times when people eat, when they eat because they have a desire or a craving to eat, but they're not eating because they're hungry. So try to get hungry sometimes. If you
yeah,
can actually feel your stomach hurting or growling, you're more healthier than you think. Okay.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
good to feel that hunger sometimes.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
try to save food. When I eat someone or when I go to a restaurant, I tend to order food enough for me. If it's just only me, so I'm a person who really tend to save food. I don't want to drop any food into bin because there are a lot of people who lack of food or who living in poverty. So I really so I really try to save any kind of food. Yes, and as I observe, I know there are many people when they get into restaurant, they order too much food as they need. Yes, as they demand. I think so.
Yeah,
Yes.
it has to be enforced in America. America wastes like over like 8 million tons of food, man, every year, man. And I used to be in the streets, man. I used to be homeless, and you can imagine how much food is being wasted in these restaurants when they could easily donate to the homeless. There's greedy people out there. That's all it is. It's sad that Americans have homeless people. It's not good to be homeless in America. It's definitely not good to be homeless in America. But there is homelessness in America. It's very cold. I tried to teach my ex-wife of this shit, but she didn't want to hear me. I told her when you come into America, it's not about you. Okay. It's actually about me because I'm the husband. Okay. If you just focus on the husband, you'll be fine. That's what religion says. The religion says to focus on your husband so the family can stay together. But she was not very clean, and she was also a manipulator. She was a liar. And from that point on, she put herself in a situation that I can't save her from now, you know. And this is why I tell guys to always think ahead. Never like I ate alone before and my wife. I used to show her plates of food, Boston Market, McDonald's, and I showed her all those videos. But she don't understand is that just because I'm eating alone by myself, that doesn't mean that when you get here in America, you can just eat away. Okay, because
Yeah.
that's not going to happen.
So when they cook in your house, do you often put cinnamodium glutamate?
It's called MSG, monosodium glutamate. It is a flavor enhancer,
Yeah,
and it's like a and it makes things taste good. And the Chinese usually use it in their foods,
yeah,
but they say they stopped using it. And then I read a report that MSG doesn't really have any side effects. Okay, so now I'm confused and I don't care about it. I believe that if you walk outside that door, a patch of air can blow right up in your nose and you're poisoned. You're done. So you don't know the water you drink could have certain contaminants in it by accident. You swallow those contaminants, that's it. Your body breaks out in cancer. So you really have to be paranoid. So it's like I don't care about what I read. If I see this bag of chips, if I see this and it says there's no side effects, you don't know that. Everybody's built differently. So I think it's best us to be paranoid and eat in moderation. Drink your food over eating your food. Drink plenty of water. A lot of sushi goes a long way. You know, sushi, your life can live. You can live a long life. There's nothing but rice and fish. What the Asians usually eat, the Orientals. And I try to eat like that, but I eat more healthier than that. I don't like eating meats. And the meats is like, not really. you're taking the life force of something else. Everything is life force. It's just, you know, you need protein. And so I eat like healthy stuff like leafy green vegetables, the color of the rainbow, color of the
Yeah.
rainbow. Okay, drink your food. Trust me, you'll live longer by drinking your beets, onions, sweet potatoes. Okay, those things are in my diet. Broccoli, asparagus, and the foods that taste the nastiest is really the good for you. Okay, like artichoke, Brussels sprouts. Okay, you know, I just put some season on it and some butter because I know how to cook. You got to be self sufficient. You got to be self sufficient. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is your time out there right now?
So the time is 12:05 p.m. right now in my country.
Oh, you're
12:05
12
p.m.
hours ahead.
Yes. I think it's the different
Hmm.
with your country about 11 hour, right?
12 hours. You
12
know, it's
hour.
12 a.m. 12:05.
Yeah.
12:05 a.m.
So, Mr. Mandel,
Hmm.
as I observe, you often go to sleep very late, very late. So do you think it may be affect to your health sometimes?
Everybody's different. It doesn't affect my health at all. I get plenty of rest. That's another thing that's very important. Getting plenty of rest. First, it speeds up time. Number two, it's good for your metabolism. You know, winter time is the best time to sleep. You're not gonna die. It's just it's cold. Don't go outside. Don't go outside. I get arthritis and I get weather arthritis. Okay, in the winter, and I can feel so I gotta put more clothes on. I get sleepier in the winter. I have to turn my heat up a little bit more. Okay, but I keep myself busy with this, you know. Without this, I'll probably be going insane. I don't know, okay. But I don't play my games all like that. I do play for 3 hours a day and I stop. You know, Wednesday nights through Sunday night. Okay. I keep myself busy, but other than that, you know, that's how you keep healthy. Just get plenty of sleep. And I don't think you can overdo sleeping. That's good for your body. I don't know how to oversleep. How do you oversleep? Unless you're in jail or something. Okay. It's like, how do you oversleep? You have nothing else to do. You're not eating that much. It's a possibility you could die, but it depends on the person. It depends on the genetics of a person, you know? What about you?
So actually, I often tend to sleep before 11 p.m. Yes, Be,
Hmm.
because as I reading the news from scientists, they said behind 11 p.m. that is the time that every organ in our body will work, and if you stay up late, it will affect to our organs. Yes. So I just tend to sleep, and if I sleep before 11 a.m., I will wake up very early, very early. I often wake up not exceed 6:15 a.m. I think so. Yes.
Well, let me
And
tell
but
you something about scientists. Most of the time, scientists are wrong. So stop listening to the mass scientists because what they're saying is being pretty arrogant. They're saying, unless they say the key word, like, we have made a study upon 100 and 200 Vietnamese. And we found out they have to say that. That's the first thing that should be said. Okay. You know, that's the ordinary Vietnamese. They got to take out all of the discrepancies of their habits. If they say that, then you should listen. But my body's different. I can change at will. Okay. You see, I have different algorithms with my own mind. I do different things. Okay. I eat. I stop eating by the. I can eat anytime and my body will be fine. Okay. So, but your body may be different. You might get more stressed. Okay.
yeah,
So stop listening to scientists unless right there from the beginning, a study shows yada 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 yada. And then you can probably believe it because they did a study. Okay. But if they said no study has been done, okay, and I'm like, And they say scientists has found that's not enough. That's not what you should be listening for. You should be like, there's a study shows yada yada. Now listen to that, okay? But don't listen to what a scientist said. Somebody could be liberal and just make that shit up. You gonna believe that? Okay.
Yeah. So I also know uh, not is everything that scientists said is totally right. Something is wrong. I also know about that. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. You heard about this fan death? You ever heard about the fan? You have the fan on. You
Fan
heard about
on,
that in your country?
fan on. I don't understand this word. Fan on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They say that if you have a fan on, your chances of death goes up.
Fan.
But
Okay, I understand.
yeah, you have the fan on in China. I think in China or I think in Japan somewhere. They say people are dying because they have the fan on all day. Maybe because of circulation, maybe because they're getting overheated and they have a heat stroke. Oh my God. A heat stroke. That's what it is. It's hot. They don't have no air conditioners. Oh my God. Yeah, you can die from a heat stroke. You know?
Yeah.
It's not the fan because they thinking it's the fan. The fan is actually cooling your body off, but it's not doing it enough. So you're still burning up. You are still hot. Turn on more fans.
Yeah.
I don't understand how scientists think sometimes. I'm like, how is a fan killing someone? I want to see it. I want to see this research done. I want to know who's doing the research. What about two fans? Okay, because one fan is obviously not cooling their body off. Okay.
Yeah. So talking about fan, it makes me reflect when I was a student. I lived with my grandmother, and I and I and my grandmother uh, sleep together in a room. I sleep in one bed, and she sleep in one more bed. And often fan will have three step of power, right? But my grandmother often forced me need to turn on just the light power, just number one. They don't let me. She didn't let me to turn on number three, because they said it will be fire. It will be fire. They said something like that. So
Oh,
I was still.
electrical. It's probably in your walls. Yeah, in your walls. Out here, that happens too. It's called electrical fire. Got to be careful with this. It's very dangerous. If your house is not up to date with the code, electrical codes, not good. Okay, even in Ethiopia, they have problems like that. I was like, shock. I can't turn something too far up because they don't have enough power out there. I couldn't even play my game system sometimes because they didn't have enough power. Okay, so that's a governmental, that's a country issue. I don't know. I know that you can get a house fire if you have too many plugs in one socket. Yeah, but they don't have
Yeah,
that problem in more of the white areas, white neighborhoods. They don't have that problem. Nobody stick that many plugs in the wall, anyways. Mainly for a microwave, refrigerator, TV, air conditioner, and a couple other little things you need for internet service and basic entertainment.
yeah.
But I turn off all my lights. I turn off everything.
Mr. Mandel, do you like sing karaoke? Sing a song via karaoke?
Sing a song.
Yeah, by using karaoke machine.
I hate
Machine.
karaoke. I don't like. I don't
Yeah.
like karaoke. It's so corny.
Yes.
I
So
said I don't know
you.
why people do
Yeah.
that. They do that for fun. I don't. I don't even like doing that. It's like so cheesy and so boring. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
goodness.
like me, I don't like karaoke being because my neighborhood, they often sing a song via karaoke every day, almost every day. I think at least 4 days or 5 days a week, and it's very it's up to me. I think so. It's very loudy, and sometimes.
Yeah, I have a deep voice. Okay, when I want to speak, I have a deep voice, and I don't know the words half the time anyway. It's in any song. To any song, I don't know the words. and
Yeah.
then I'm reading it off the screen, the teleprompter, and I'm still off because I'm not used to that. Okay, but I'd rather play a video game or something. Do you have any video game competitions out in your country? Video
We
game competitions.
we have a lot of game competition, and we often competition with competition with China
Oh,
gamer. Yes, very
yeah,
popular,
that's competitive. That's cool.
and we
That's tight. This
often compete compete with China about game AOE. I don't know you know that AOE is very popular in
oh
my
yeah,
country.
it's on YouTube. Trust me, it's being recorded. It's somewhere on the YouTube. I know what you're talking about. Those competition tournaments. Yeah, I
Yeah,
be watching those on the internet. It'd be so interesting to watch. I'll be watching hours like Jesus Christ. I want to be like that. That takes too long. They be studying that. I ain't got no
yeah,
time for that. Okay.
yeah,
They're masters at fighting games and some racing games and really difficult technical games. But they got that
yeah,
in America too now. That's what guys should be doing. They should be focusing on our gaming, focusing in on research, always learning about something, always learning. I think that's the best way the world can come together. If we can recycle, focus on ourselves, stop worrying about the females, because the females actually destroy society. Because those women don't really have it. I talk about them, but I love them. Hey, they don't have nothing in common. What do you like to do with a woman after you get her? It's just sex and babies, right? Now, that's all
yeah,
you're gonna be doing with her. I'm telling you, every female I've talked to in my past, boring, boring. And they're not even going to watch those TV shows that you like. That's another freaking thing. I'm like, I watch violent movies. I like super horror movies. I like comedy, but women like comedy. Everybody likes comedy. But I like other stuff. I just don't watch one genre of movies. It's just that they don't really watch all the other stuff. Most of the time they don't. And so I ain't talking down on women. I'm just saying it's the truth. And even in another country, you go to another country, what do you have? What else is there to conversate about? Okay, they don't. It's just not worth it. Okay, don't waste your life. Okay,
yeah.
I
I
want me
know.
13 kids. I want 13 kids, but that's gonna be hard to do because women are so difficult. Okay, they're not trained. Okay, they're not taught.
I agree with you. It's very hard to understand any woman. Sometimes I can guess their emotion. Yes, emotion. I don't know what they are thinking. It's hard to guess. And I know women tend to watch movies some kind of made by made from Korea. Some movies that makes that makes them cry, makes them upset, something like that. But I don't like because I think life is suffering. So when I watch movie, I tend to find comedy movies or action movies or humorous movie. I like that better. I think it's better
Kung Fu.
for
I love every type of movie. Just keep watching everything. Don't limit yourself because you never know that some romantic movies like the best romantic movie I've ever saw was Twilight. You know what Twilight, the wood werewolves and the vampires?
Oh yeah. I have watched. Yeah,
That movie, when I first saw that, there was not a lot of violence in it. It just had an excellent story. A
yeah,
freaking excellent story. It's about the story, man. It's about an
yeah,
innocent virgin girl who falls in love with a vampire. Okay.
yeah,
And the thing is that there's so many movies out there that can tell a story that you can't be closed minded. Okay. You be shocked. It was like only one violent scene in the movie, and the rest of the movie was excellent. But that's why it sold because it was so good. And it wasn't about romance or like that. It was just that they were playing around with each other, watching each other, curious about each other, and that lore, that's the history there. There was no um sexual parts in the movie. Only one sexual part, and that's about it. It was some cut glass. Okay, it was just it was excellent. So I watched it straight through, and you'd be surprised how many movies I watch that you don't think I watched. But I know a good story when I see it. It's a good story, man. Good story.
Yeah.
But of course, we've been talking for like 40 minutes. I'm gonna get on out of here. And thank you very much, man, for showing up for my stream. And I hope you can share my videos too. Okay. And are you in my public group? Are you in my public group?
Yeah, I mean public group.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. Tell other people about me. Share my videos. Tell them if they
Yeah,
want to learn from an American, contact me.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mandel, for your live stream.
Is there
Uh,
anything else you'd like to talk about on your mind?
so I'm just thinking next topic is up to you. Do you want would like
I
choose?
don't know. Let me see. I'll come up with a topic next time. Okay. I'll come up with a topic next time. Probably 2 topics. I'll make
Yes.
sure I would. I'm usually on Monday nights and Tuesday nights. I repeat, Monday and Tuesday nights. The rest of the nights from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. I'm gaming. So I've already put that up there. I'll be on. I'll be playing games. You can actually type. You can type to me as you're watching me play a game. You can't see the game if your internet service is bad. So you might be able to see glimpses of it, depending on where your country is at. I don't know how your internet is, but you'll see me playing an awesome game, and you can write and type to me, and I can type to you. Okay,
Yeah.
as I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
So I'll post it. I'll post the information down again, and it's called XDTS X Gaming. It's on Twitch. Okay.
Yeah. Thank
So is
you.
there anything else you'd like to talk about?
So let me think. So actually, I'm very interesting. I'm very interesting in recycling, but I just limited vocabularies. So that's why sometimes I can describe the things that I am thinking. Yes, but um, but I realize it's very important to protect our world, our earth. Yes, it's very important. And I wish, in my house, I tend to use some product or appliance or equipment that can recycle. And I think I forget. I think I'm trying to don't use appliance that made from plastic. I think so.
Hmm. Well,
Yes. So
yes. If you can, just try your best to recycle. But don't listen to other people when they tell you stupid stuff and they ain't did no research. Take care of your health, recycle, stay alone, and be patient because you will eventually find a wife. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be worth it. Okay. Now,
yeah,
having children is worth it. Don't get me wrong. Having children is worth it. Now, that's the thing I keep forgetting to say. Having children is worth it, especially if you train yourself and you ready yourself. Because I readied myself before I had my first daughter. Because I have been with women who had children, and it was so easy for me. Okay. But other than that, having children is a blessing,
so Mr. Mandel in
especially if you
America.
especially if you're homeschooling. If you're homeschooling, they're easier. Don't put them in public school. Okay. So what did you say? You said what's going on in America? Go
So
ahead.
in America, how can you drop or litter your rubbish in your house? You could put it in front of your house or anything or anywhere or somewhere.
Say that again. I did not understand you.
So in your country, when you want to litter your rubbish, that you so you might
No, I
be
want to lead. I want to what leader? Okay, I didn't.
where can you litter your rubbish in your country? You could put a bin in front of your house and
Oh, you're talking
maybe
about a guard. Let's say garbage. Where do you put your garbage at?
yeah, garbage
Okay, it's called a garbage bin
garbage bin.
or a trash. Or where do you put your trash at? There's a trash down the street, so I put all my trash in that garbage bin out there. Not a garbage bin, but a trash container. Okay,
Yeah, just container.
and the
Yes.
truck comes and picks it up. A truck comes and picks it up. Okay.
Yeah. So it like in my country, yes, I often put trust in front of my house, and and there will and there will be a trust container. They will pick it up at the midnight. That's one time in a day.
Hmm. Okay, that's good that you got that. I think I used to be at a trash place, and they recycle it automatically. It's like they separate certain things from the trash, which is good. Okay, because I was at one of those factories, and they just don't throw everything into an infirmary. They actually separate the trash, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting. Every little piece of trash is separated. Okay, so that's it. Depends on where you're at. Okay, I saw it in the one place, and I thought that all of the trash is thrown in the fire. No, okay. They take the
So
plastics and they recycle it. They take the papers and they recycle it, and that's at a certain factory. I don't know if it's like that all across the United States, but I live usually in the nice urban. I live in a nice suburban area. Okay,
so
hopefully it will stay that way.
have you ever witnessed someone who lit the in the wrong way in the wrong place, and they need to get a punishment in your country? So have you ever witnessed some cases like that?
Yeah, I witnessed it on the internet because there's some videos on YouTube that will show you people getting fined right there. Okay, right on the video, they get caught. This one guy, this happened in Russia. This one guy was in his car. He threw his ass out of his car because he littered. He threw him out because he was a taxi man. The
Yeah,
taxi man threw the man out because he threw. There was one woman. He threw some bottle. Somebody threw the bottles out of the car. She picked up the bottles and threw it back into the car. Okay, some humanitarian, some good Samaritan guy. It was a female. Yeah, it was a female. I saw a couple of videos like that. You get what you put some out there. You don't care about the earth. Somebody's going to do that to you.
yeah,
Sometimes people are angry when they do stuff like that. When they're angry, you can't be angry at the earth. You can't be angry at people. You got to study people. I like to study human behavior. So when I'm a very dangerous person to every person that comes around me because I'm like a psychopath. So I do analyticals on each person. So I'll know how far I can push it. You know, because I get paranoid when I'm around somebody. I got to ask questions. I got to make sure where they live at, so I can burn their houses if they try me out. I'm like the mafia. I don't want to be like caught off guard. I got to know each person, but I never let them get close. Okay,
yeah,
so that's why I'm cool with everybody until somebody try to screw me and I ain't did shit wrong. Okay,
yeah. So Mr.
you got to
Mandel,
protect yourself.
I forget tell you a news. So actually yesterday I have applied my document for a new job. So I think as I experience, I can sell bread because it's hard to get profit. It's hard to get interest from business about selling bread right now. So I decided to apply my document to get a new job, but I don't know they will get me or not. So that
Oh,
company,
you talking about you filled out an application to get hired at a bread company, right?
yes, and that company they work about they teaching English for children, teaching English for children via online. But I just apply for the post like who services who take care client after they use after they using services. Yes, so something like I will call them to take care of them, or I can get their complaint, and I need to fix them for the customer. But I don't know they will get me or not because I'm over 30 years old, and they often get the staff who is under 30 years old. Yes, but now I'm 33 years old, so I don't know. They said, um, the result will be comes out about 1 or 3 days. I don't know.
Okay, just be patient, and eventually you probably will get the job. You definitely would. Yeah, I'm pretty sure your credentials is okay. They need workers anyway. But I'm gonna get
Yeah.
off of here, and thank you very much for showing up on the stream. And next week, same bat time, same bat channel, and Monday nights and Tuesday nights, of course. And you have a good night, okay?
Yeah. Good night, Mr. Mandel. Have a nice
All
weekend.
right.
Thank you.
You too.
Goodbye.
Keep in touch. Keep in touch. Bye bye.